once again, check it to wreck it. Let's begin. Friday is for fighters. That's right. This is the Logan Summit Show. I am, of course, the tall, dark, handsome, and modest Logan Summit. And you are not. Figure that out when you have a chance. Just look at yourself in the mirror. If you don't have one of these bad boys, you're already missing out. And this show is brought to you by Newer. If you're a pro or amateur content creator, it doesn't matter. Go over to newer.com, use code Logan, and save yourself 20% off of pro gear at amateur pricing. You'll be able to find the link to that in the description of this video. All right, I already said it. Friday is for fighters, so let's get down to the beat down. And you know what? I say it again, man. Say it again.
Thanjhae.
Yes. All right. Good. Because that's where I was going. But I just wanted to make sure there's a silent cue in there somewhere. All right. Let's go. Thanjhae Teasley. Yo, you hail from Allentown, Pennsylvania. You are 26 years old. You are 5'11", and you have an amazing pro record of 12-0-0, which means if you can do the math, no need to kick off your shoes. Keep them on. I got you covered, okay? He is on a 12-fight win streak, and he's got 6 KOs to boot. Literally, he's showing the boot. Yo, welcome to the party, my man. You are in fuego. You are on fire. Let's start off with the first question. How are you feeling today?
Hey, I'm feeling great, man. How are you feeling today?
I'm awesome, but I try to wake up like that in the morning, man. Hey, I just got on with Millions.co last week, Thursday. It's Friday. You are our 16th fighter interview in 1 week. I have interviewed 16 people. I have given fighters their nicknames. We have had one fighter state this was the funnest interview he has ever been part of. We have had a lot of fun. We had a kid who turned 15. He's a pro. King David Garcia, he turned 15, actually turned 16 from 15, like in the middle of my show, and I'm pretty positive he's not going to be able to pass his driver's license test. I'm just saying, all right?
Yeah.
Imagine being a 15-year-old pro boxer and having to worry about passing your driver's exam. I can't imagine that. Oh, all right. So let's talk about you. Yeah, exactly. He's like, bro, I run or bike everywhere. You know why? Because it's a workout.
Yeah. He got it. Yeah, he won't pass it. He got it. He's intelligent.
He's an intelligent kid, and you know what? He needs to work on his parallel parking, though, because I called him on it. I was like, yo, can you parallel park? He's like, I did it once with my mom. I'm like, maybe do it a few more times than just once. But, oh, man, I digress. All right, you're over there in Allentown. You are on fire. You are doing your thing. What is next for you? Who are you fighting? Where are you fighting? And I feel bad for them already.
Hey, we're fighting over in Bucks County, at Newtown Athletic Club, and the guy that I'm fighting, we still are waiting for the contract to be signed, so I'm not gonna release that yet.
Okay.
But hey, we still happy with whoever we're fighting. That's all I gotta say. So as long as we got to fight, that's all that matters.
Yeah, I mean, with a 12-0 record, and I'm not even delving into your amateur career. We're not even, because why bother go there when you've started your pro career? Much like a lot of great pros have started undefeated. Now, undefeated used to be the tell-all tape for amateur going into pros and how long they would last as pros. Now we're accompanied to a little bit of a learning curve. We accept a couple losses early on, right? As long as they learn from them and get back up, pull themselves up by the bootstraps, the everlast bootstraps, and get themselves back in the ring. But you haven't had to deal with any of that. So What's been the secret to your success? Is it the village? Is it the team behind you? Is it your parents? What's been the catalyst for your success? How did you start boxing, and why are you so darn good at
it? Hey, honestly, it's all God. Because without him, I wouldn't be waking up every single morning. I wouldn't be able to do what I do. But besides, of course, first and foremost is God. But besides him, it's just all the hard work, dedication, and everything that we do with our team, and that I do myself as well too, and then all the motivation I get from my family, my friends, and from everything that's going on. And And yeah, my record may be undefeated, but that's where we take our lessons inside the gym. So we don't have to go with those lessons whenever we're out there inside the ring. So nobody sees what goes on behind closed doors. Like when we're in the gym, we're training all the time. We make those mistakes in there. But when we get into that ring, there ain't no time for mistakes. We have to do everything. We have to do everything we have to do to come out with proper preparation and come out with a proper game plan to come out with the victory. So another way I look at it is that I could do anything I put my mind to. Nobody can defeat me besides myself, and it's really me versus me. And if there's anybody else out there that feels that they can do that, congratulations, good to them. Because I just want to pass on that positivity. Feel me?
Hey, everybody loves positivity, and you know what? The great John Wooden, coach of the UCLA basketball squad, who won more championships than I think they won 11 championships with him. By the way, he used to say, "Perfect practice makes perfect," and you know what?
Mm-hmm.
You got to do it in the gym, right? You got to prepare yourself mentally and physically because you never know what's going to happen. You don't know how you're going to react to certain things. Just walking out the first time, actually making the trip from the locker room to the ring for the first time can be an emotional escapade and an adrenaline drop for a lot of fighters coming into it. Have you experienced any of those nerves, or were you, before you turned pro, you knew and your team knew and you were prepared for it? Because you seem like a very head on your shoulders, I'm not doing this unless I'm ready to do it kind of guy.
Yo, honestly, all right. So it's gonna be it's gonna catch you off guard, maybe.
All right, let's
When
go.
when I first turned pro, I was caught off guard. I was completely caught off guard. Yo, because all right, so we just won the Golden Glove State Tournament, the state
Okay.
championship in the elite open class level. So when we won it, I'm like, oh, we're about to go to nationals. I'm about to be a part of Team Pennsylvania because my bro Jonathan, he was part of Team PA and everything, represent PA at nationals. Come to find out, they're like, yeah, we're not going to nationals this year. I'm like, bro, what? So we just keep trying to look for fights. We couldn't find any fights, and then my coach was like, yeah, we're gonna turn you pro. I'm like, huh? What you mean by that? Because in my head, I'm like, okay, now, all right, we're gonna go to different tournaments, Team USA, possibly Olympic trials to go try to get for the Olympics team and everything like that. And then my coach was like, yeah, we're gonna get you ready to turn pro. Now, at first, I was kind of questioning it. I was a little in my head about it, but then one of the things I remembered yet again is that I trust everything that happens. Everything happens for a reason. So I can't sit here and be like, oh, why is this happening? Why is this going on? Are you sure? I don't have no doubt for myself, and I didn't want to doubt myself at all. So instead of doubting myself, I just trusted the process. I believe that it was a sign from God, and that there was a reason that it was happening, and I just kept moving on forward from that. But yet again, it wasn't just me. It was a team. It was our whole team that believed in it. My head coach believed that was the right thing at the time and everything too. So, and I didn't have that much experience as an amateur, but everything happens for a reason. And also, I think your camera turned off, by the way.
Nope.
No?
Nope, I'm good. We're all good in the hood over here. If you can't
All
see me, don't worry about it. I'm still here with that beautiful mustache, and all of the lovely people around the world watching can see both of us. And you look great over there with you got your hoodie on, you got the purple backdrop. Look, you're doing your thing. I understand how much you would want to see me because I am that luxurious and lovely. I get it. Yo, you should moisturize early and often, okay, Mr.
Yo,
Teasley? I need you to
it's
start doing that now.
it's the mustache, man. I'm trying to get my mustache like you. I'm trying to walk around like this, man. I'm trying to.
You know what? You're still a young man at 26. I'm 20 years your senior. So you know what? You've got a few years to work on that mustache. It's coming in nice. It's coming in nice.
Appreciate
Yeah.
that.
Now, I got to ask you, I'm from Fort Washington. I grew up around Philadelphia for a little while, so I'm familiar with Allentown. I got to ask you, what is it like to be in the historic ECW arena? I used to do wrestling managing, and so I've been there for ECW. When I was 19 to 23, I was a wrestling manager in all over the place. But
How was that?
you have fought in the 2300 arena there, the 2300. What is it like to step into some place that used to be, historic for wrestling fans, and now they've turned it into a really great venue?
Yeah. Yo, I remember my first time fighting in there. It was dope because I used to watch ECW when I was younger. I mean, I still once in a blue moon watch wrestling still, not as much as I used to, but I used to mess with ECW. I used to mess with Sabu and Sandman heavy.
Yo, I was hanging out with Sabu literally 3 weeks ago.
That's
Sabu
crazy.
and I were hanging out 3 weeks ago, and I saw Rob Van Dam as well around
Go.
WrestleMania. So
Go.
there you go.
Nah, but yeah, it was actually very dope fighting there. I fought in there for my second and third professional fights, and then just recently fighting with my last fight as well too.
Mhm.
I love the venue. I love it out there. I love Philly. I love the city. I really love. I frequently go out there sometimes. My family lives out there. I have some cousins and my aunts live out there and everything like that. So I'll go visit them. And when I was younger, my great grandmother used to live out there, so I used to visit her. But 2300 Arena, beautiful venue. And I've been there for multiple times. Like when they have things like Team Combat League and stuff, and my other friends, whenever they fight, like my one boy Daytwan, he just fought. He's 1-0 now. Yo, great place, great place.
All right, so let's talk about Philadelphia for a little bit because it is a great city. There's so much to do. There's a lot more art and history than people would think. But yo, think Revolutionary War, everybody, and we're going to give you a little tip of a little piece of history, but just the tip later on in the show when we get to 5 questions. So yeah, we got a history lesson for you a little bit later. But when you go into the city, when you drop into Philly, what's the one thing you got to do every single time before you leave?
Oh, come on now. Everybody already know this. You gotta get, all right, well, nowadays, you gotta go Insomnia Cookies, but also, you gotta get a cheesesteak.
Yeah, but you can't go to Pat's or you got to go
Or,
to what?
or
It's Tom's, right? The I believe it's Tom's, the one off the beaten track. That
there's a
that,
couple
that I
other spots. That's one of the spots I keep hearing about, though, too, and I have been there a couple times. They got some good food.
Yeah, don't go to Pat's or Gino's. No offense to Pat and Gino, okay? They're lovely people who actually, you know what? One of them just sold their joint, so you know what? Rake in the dough. But
Hey,
honestly, if you're gonna go for a real Philly cheesesteak, excuse me, you don't go to Pat's or Gino's. You go to one of the other ones. And what's your favorite so far?
I ain't gonna lie to you. I just love food, so I don't really have a favorite. And the issue is like I haven't been able to eat a cheesesteak in a couple of years because I'm pescatarian right now,
Okay.
and it hurts. It hurts so bad because I do miss it. But hey, that's what I gotta do right now until I get my health situated. You feel me?
I do feel you. And yeah, man, there's an oyster warning out here in Vegas, and boy, do I love me some oysters. So, my business manager sent it to me the other day, right before I was going for Korean barbecue, because he
Yeah.
knew I was going, and I was like, "Don't send me this sad story." And he's like, "Bro, there's been like." The 3 instances, and I was like, "Yeah, 3.
Three.
I'm willing to take the chance because really, with seafood, shellfish, and the like,
Hmm.
anytime you eat any of that, you could have a cystic shock. It's yeah. So
Yeah.
anytime you're eating shellfish, you're literally taking your life in your hands.
Yo, you
And
know what
it's
else is
yeah.
too? They
But
said only 3 people. There's so many different people that are out that could have gotten it. Three's not a lot of people.
no, that's what I'm saying. Statistically, I'm willing to play that game. I am.
Yeah.
I'm willing to play that game. For oysters, yes. Yes. Okay. All right. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Um, all right.
Hey, you
We're
got
having
jokes. You're funny man, funny man.
Hey, we try to be funny. It's hard to keep up with people like you though, because you got your own jokes over there. I like it. I like it. Now,
Some fight.
when you go into a camp, do you at this point in your career are you treating each fight differently, or are you still at the point? A lot of fighters early on in their career they don't focus on the actual opponent; they just focus on their own training and let it be what it is when they get in there. How are you and your team working on training these days as you have gone 12-0? I mean, whatever's working has worked.
Yeah, we're studying a lot. We do a lot of studying all the time. We're working on improving different little mistakes that we have made in previous fights or in the previous bouts or even just in previous sparring sessions. And we're focusing on those. We work on those and we improve on that. I like to study my opponent. So whenever if my opponent has a lot of film I can study, that's perfect for me because then I like to look at little things that a lot of people wouldn't really look at or things that a lot of people would look at. And then also like to look at the things that are most noticeable and the things that are least noticeable, just everything that both realistically can happen. If I was to get hit by a certain shot, if I throw a certain shot, just depending on how they react off of certain things from other opponents and previous experiences. But for the most part, I ain't gonna lie. When we're in there, it's really just adjustments. We just go in there and see what's going on because there have been times I'll study an opponent and they haven't been looking good for their past 6 opponents, but then when they come in and they fight me, they start doing new things that they never did before and they start looking their best and it makes me even happier because then I get the best version of that opponent, and it helps me improve so much more compared to whatever they fought somebody else. So
That, that's like when you catch up with an ex and you reconnect with them and they do some freaky stuff and you're like, who taught you that? Hold on a second, who taught you that? How did you learn that? Where did you learn that? I didn't
you've been
teach you that.
practicing, like sitting, like you've been practicing, like
Where'd
where is
the
this?
backflip come into play?
Who are
I didn't
you?
see the backflip happening. Where
Do
did
the
that?
whole back
Anyway,
spring somersault into it. Like, come on now.
come on now. Uh, Yeah, preparation is key, and you've been talking about that. You prepare in the gym so that you are prepared in the ring. Like we do say around here, it does take a village to build a fighter. Even though you are the only one at the end of the day in the ring, that preparedness and all of the people around you, whether it be your parents to coaches to your great grandmother, going, "Hey, you can be a heck of a fighter someday." It takes a lot of people around you to make sure that you are going to achieve your goals.
Yeah.
How have the people around you help pick you up at times when you were down?
Yeah, they helped me out so much, especially my mother, my coach, my sister, my second mother, which like my sister's mom, everybody around that I surround myself with. I'm surrounding myself around them for a reason. They're mainly family, and those people, we all help each other out as well. It's not like they're just helping me out; they're helping me. I'm helping them. We all push each other in a positive manner. Where there's trust and believe. Like, everybody don't like to admit this, but there's a lot of days where we have our off days or days that we like, damn, I don't feel like doing this anymore. Why am I doing this? Question yourself sometimes. Not like literally question yourself in a negative manner, but I mean like just question like, damn, is this even worth it? But that's why you have to surround yourself around the right people, because those are the type of people that will sit there and bring you up whenever you want to go down, and also remind you as well too. Like I love being around everybody that I'm around, because they always remind me of why I even started doing this, why I want to do this. Because a lot of people, I notice that they want to get into certain things so they can become rich and wealthy for their own selfish reasons. Which there's nothing wrong with that. We all human beings. You do what you got to do. We all have our own individual stories. Do what you got to do. Personally, for myself, of course, I come on now. I mean, I love boxing. That's the reason why I'm in it. If I didn't love boxing, I wouldn't be doing everything that I'm doing and training as hard as I am. But I also know that with the fun, with working hard, increasing my wins, increasing my W's, getting the right recognition, working extremely hard, and knowing that this is not a sport that I could play, that I have to go in there and work extremely hard every single day to support myself. And I have a future mentality where, not mentality, I have a future goal. One of my future goals is to be able to take care of the rest of my family, or at least, if not take care of them, set up generational wealth and generational stability for the rest of us. Where, say, if one of my cousins is a mechanic, I want to help him open an auto body shop. But of course, when I'm doing this, I'm not just gonna be throwing money out and doing everything like that. I'm trying to help set up the rest of us. If you get what I'm saying, I'm not gonna
I
say
do.
too many details, but yeah.
No.
So
Here's the thing. Here's the thing: is it's that old adage. You can give a person a fish, but if and that'll feed them for a day. But if you teach them to fish, you'll feed them
feeding
for the
for a
rest of your
lifetime.
life. Yeah, exactly. And that's what you got to set up. When you get that first big contract and you win your fight, the first family member that comes to you and is like, "Yo, man, so that's the dude you don't give anything to. You send him on his way. You go, why don't you sit in that corner and think about what you just said? Okay. But what you got to do is set people up for success. Don't just give them stuff like, hey, I want to open up a bar. No, what do you know? Build me your business plan. Show me
Yeah.
your business plan. And then let's go with it. It's you got to keep them honest is what I'm getting at. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, no, I get exactly what you're saying. Because even there's one of the co-owners, like one of the people from the gym. He has been very helpful for all of us as well too. What I mean by that is he helped taught us a lot of different things that we would definitely need to learn. For example, there's three different things that a lot of people always try to do: sales pitch, throw in fear, and throw in confusion into a conversation. So somebody's gonna try to add a sales pitch into a conversation and then confuse you on that conversation and then bring in some fear to the conversation. Just different things like that. Those little small simple things, and then also learning about investments and other things like that. He was setting up a lot of us inside the gym to understand, to be cautious of future possible endorsements, certain things like fine print type things, not only literally in contract, but also with way people are, because not everybody has the best interest. Yeah, there's a lot of people out there who have great interest, but at the same time, a lot of people would rather use you for a certain time. For example, boxing is perfect. Like boxing is a perfect example. A lot of people even right now, a lot of people care about you when you're winning, but then when you start to go on a losing streak, who's really there for you besides your family, God, your mother, your father, those people that are extremely close to you. So you always got to be prepared for anything.
Yeah, you'll find out who the players in your life truly are after your first loss. All right, and before we get to, because that's actually somewhat one of the questions I have for you in 5 questions. But before we get to 5 questions, I like to give athletes the opportunity. Just talk on anything. You want to talk about your favorite video game? Go ahead. But you can thank sponsors. You can thank your parents. You can thank your coaches. You can talk to sponsors that haven't sponsored you, but you would like to have sponsor you. Or, you can talk about the movie you just saw the other day as he goes to get a product. I'm assuming he's grabbing a product in the back.
Yep.
All right. So, Thanjhae Teasley. You know what? This is your time. Break forth the rhythm and the rhyme, my friend.
All right, so boom, barcode. Barcode premium hydration. I want y'all to know I'm not sponsored by them. I'm not endorsed by them. But in the future, we're going to work something out. Very great hydration and very great sports drink. They have the key ingredients of electrolytes, beetroot juice extract, super dex complex or hybrids, carbohydrates. My apologies for that. Key benefits: premium hydration, no added sugar, 12 vitamins and minerals for immunity and performance. So I would really recommend if you guys check out Barcode. They have a lot of great ingredients, including coconut water, a lot of different things you will love. Beetroot extract. They even have, where is it? Himalayan sea salt.
Oh,
Very great
yeah.
for hydration. Very great for your muscles. Nah, but on a serious note though, Barcode, if you guys are really checking this out, please let's talk some business. Besides this Barcode, another thing I just want to talk about is everybody. Let me pack some positivity like I always do. Always remember, check on your friends, check on your family, check on everybody on a daily if you have to. If you don't have to, still do it because you never know what somebody's going through. Mental health is really important. Take a break from your phone. Take a break from social media. Go outside. It's getting nice out. I mean, if you're in an area where you have 4 different seasons, like over in the Northeast, certain areas like that, it's getting nice out. Go for a walk. Just be happy. Wake up. Every day you wake up, you're blessed. Every day you wake up, you're happy. All right, realistically, you may not wake up happy, but at the end of the day, it don't matter because you can switch that little attitude around to being happy. Whatchamacallit? Somebody cut you off on the road. Don't even stress it. Just turn your music up, vibe out, and chill. They have dents in their cars for a reason. You don't. So just keep chilling. And then overall, I just want to say thank y'all to for allowing me on this interview. All jokes aside, because it's really an honor. This journey so far, and not only just in boxing, but in this journey in life, it's a blessing because we not promised. We're not promised yesterday. We're not promised tomorrow. We're not even promised right now. You never know what's gonna happen. So with that being said, just look at everything as a positive. I have ADHD and ADD, so I'm gonna just keep switching up the conversation. So don't mind me.
Okay, don't worry
But
about it. Here, why don't you throw in where and when your next fight is real quick again?
got you. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Now, Bucks County, June 7th, over at Newtown Athletic Club, I believe is what it's called. If anything, my Instagram is THAJ_TEASLEY. It's on my last post on there, so check that out.
All right, there you go. June 7th, Newtown AC. That's if you're into the whole brevity thing. If you're not, it's Athletic Club. And you're going to be able to see Mr. Teasley. We can't tell you who he's going to be fighting because, shh, it's a secret. It's not necessarily a secret, but look, I don't feel good about anybody who's going to be stepping into the squared circle with you. They're going to be putting their life in their hands. As your last bout, you did get a TKO in the third round. We'll see if you can match that up. Do you have any predictions before we get into 5 questions? Do you have any predictions of how and when the fight will end?
Dude, man, I never really make predictions. I'm gonna just say what I normally say. I'm gonna let my actions speak louder than my words, and just stay tuned and show up to the fight. And if you can't show up to the fight, stream it, cause I promise you, I'm gonna bring entertainment. I always do.
And that is the key. Bring that enthusiasm, that energy, and that entertainment to anything that you do. And I can guarantee you'll be more successful than the person next to you. So make sure you tune in and turn on millions.co on June 7th for a great fight in Newtown featuring my main man over there. But here it's time to play the game that all the kids are talking about while they're trying to get the chicken nuggets for lunch. It's 5 questions. And it's exactly what it sounds like, my good friend. And today, 5 questions is brought to you by Newhouse. If you're sitting in a chair and you're waving your hands like you just don't care, well, stand up and ask your butt, hey, butt, is that chair any good for me? Well, if your butt answers you, first of all, go get yourself checked out by a physician because you might have some things that you have to talk about in private. But then I need you to go to newhouse.com, use code Logan Radio Rocks to save yourself a little bit of that do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. Yeah, save that cash. And you can find a link for Newhouse in the description of this video. All right, without further ado, let's get to 5 questions. I told you we were going to have a history lesson. I told you I was going to learn you something today. This is the more you know moment of the Logan Summit Show right now. Did you know that the Liberty Bell was hidden in Allentown and called the State House Bell for 2 years during the Revolutionary War?
I have heard about it, and I learned that in school, but I had completely forgotten about it, and you just refreshed my memory.
All right. So now that you know that about Allentown for sure, what else do we need to know about Allentown?
Boom. The whole Lehigh Valley area is called the ABE, Allentown, Bethlehem, Easton. Bethlehem and Allentown are basically conjoined right next to each other, and Easton's a little further off. They're branched off like a couple minutes, 10 minutes. That's beyond the point. Bethlehem, where there's a place called Bethlehem Steel Mill. It was actually one of the biggest operative steel mills inside of the whole United States of America, where a lot of the thing believe it was for World War II and plenty of other wars, where a lot of tanks, machinery, etc. have been made and produced from there to help the United States of America. That's like another fun fact.
Dude, I love that. Dude, that was awesome. That was the best more you know moment ever. Right now, if we were doing a live show at ESPN, they'd be playing the more you know moment. Ooh, the little rainbow right now. That would be happening. All right. Question number 2. It's going to get a little bit harder here. Well, this one's actually good. This one you're going to have to look inward to. But I feel like you're going to have a good answer for this. Look, man, are you scared about your first loss?
No.
Do you think about it?
Yeah.
And do you prepare yourself for the inevitable? Or do you feel like you have a chance to just bring this undefeated? How do you prepare mentally? Because as you keep going and as you keep winning, I'd hate to think that a single loss could crush your hopes and dreams. You have to stay prepared for that. But you don't want to admit to it. You don't want to admit to a defeat before you've even stepped into it. So how do you handle all of that mentally?
First things first, one way I look at a loss, I don't look at it as a loss. I look at it as a lesson, because I know, especially when I was in amateurs, I didn't have a winning record actually. I see everything as a lesson where it's a learning point. I'm gonna learn from it. And another thing that helps me out is that, a lot of people have this messed up. A lot of the greats, the GOATs, the Hall of Famers, y'all probably can't see that poster, but they have a lot of the GOATs and Hall of Famers on that poster right there. And a lot of them have taken a couple of lessons. That's how you grow, you develop sometimes. Sometimes that has to happen. There are blessed people who didn't have to experience that. Obviously, everybody knows Floyd Mayweather, Andre Ward, people like that who didn't have to experience that. But the reason why they never experienced it in a professional way is because they took those lessons when they had to in the past and they learned from them. And one way I look about it is, I look at it as, it will probably be like, damn, like, knock on wood, if that was to ever happen in an actual professional ring, I'm going to just learn from it and I'll come back even better. That's all it is. It's going to be like a weight dropped off my chest and I'm come back even better, because I don't really focus on that, to be honest. I focus on one fight at a time. Right now, everybody else is seeing me as 12-0. I'm seeing myself as 0-0. So I'm building into that next fight to, like, okay, this is a big fight. Every single fight I treat like a championship fight, because I do not want to ever experience that. I've experienced too many L's in my life already. Everybody experienced a lot of L's. Let me not even make this personal. And I don't want to experience that type of lesson inside of the ring, especially when I go in there and I give it my all. So as long as I go in there, I give it my all and I do everything that I know that I could have done, and the person was just better than me that night, hey, I'm going to have to accept that, come back, ask them for a rematch, and get my get back. But, yet again, for right now, we're not speaking that into existence, because I don't believe it's going to happen. For right now, I'm going to just keep going and knowing that we always stay prepared. We always stay ready. We always stay on top of what we have to do. And the reason why I'm saying we is because, yes, boxing is an individual sport, but it really is a team sport because you have a team surrounding you, which a lot of people
Indeed.
tend to forget.
Yeah, well, not if they watch this show, because we talk about it all. We talk about the jab being the most important punch in any combat sport, and we talk about how it takes a village to raise a fighter all the
Yeah.
time. These are literally two talking points that every single fighter brings up at some point during our interviews. You know why? Because it's the truth, Ruth.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. This one's a little bit easier. You're from Pennsylvania, which, by the way, if you don't know this, it's like the third or fourth largest state in the country. You didn't know that, did you? All
I
right,
didn't.
now that you've learned something, I got to ask you a question. Are you an Eagles fan or a Steelers fan?
All right, hold. Hear me out on this. Hear me out on this.
Okay.
I grew up as an Eagles fan, Donovan
Okay.
McNabb and all them, right? But
Mhm.
then around like I say 8 years old, my mom's side of the family had me go over to watch the Eagles Super Bowl. I mean, I said Steelers Super Bowl. I meant Steelers and Super Bowl. So I've been a Steelers fan, but if the Steelers are never in the playoffs, I'm an Eagles fan all the way. So
Okay.
don't get it twisted. I'm gonna support the Eagles, but if my Steelers is there first, I'm gonna support my Steelers. That's all I'm
All
saying.
right. You know what? I can go. I'm okay with that. I believe variety is the spice of life over there. Okay, but some diehards would say, "Hang him!" You know,
Yeah.
yeah, for real. They'd be like, You got to pick and choose. You can't be between the lines here, dude.
No.
What?
Nah, I heard that before too, and I told people I'll let them know. Like, look, I started as an Eagles fan first, then I became a Steelers fan because my mom's side of the family they had me over there, yada yada yada. But I always started as an Eagles fan. I'm gonna
Yo,
let y'all know that right now.
Steelers. I mean, Eagles fans will throw batteries at you, but Steelers fans will cut your windpipe off with those terrible towels that they carry around with them. They're like mini weapons. By the way, the first live football game I ever saw was at Veterans Stadium. I was
Mhm.
6 years old, and the people in front of us. Imagine thinking this at 6 years old. The people in front of us were so inebriated that the whole drive home, I thought that those people were going to come out of nowhere and hit us and get us into a car accident. I'm 6 years old, and I am worried about the drunk people in front of us. What is wrong with Veterans Stadium? I didn't watch a football
Yo,
game. I watched a bunch of drunk people be drunk.
yeah. I'm just glad that Raiders aren't in Oakland anymore because them Oakland Raider fans were devious.
Yeah, they were.
They were devious.
In Vegas, we've got way too much things to think about. In Oakland, they're like Raiders. In Vegas, we're like, oh, the Raiders are playing. That's fantastic. Can I get a sushi roll there, dude? Oh my God, they have this amazing crab cake. Yeah, I know. I know. For a Raiders game, you wouldn't think about it, but seriously, sometimes I just go there for the nachos. All right. Anyways. All right. Question number 4 or 5 questions. Uh, how much of boxing is preparation versus luck?
99%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I say 99%.
Because
Because that
I would
1%.
say, I would
I'm
say
listening.
that preparation is the reason that luck doesn't exist in combat sports. Everybody says a fighter's chance, right? Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, you can punch, you can knock somebody out, but when you hit that sweet spot, we just talked about this in the last interview. When you hit that sweet spot, when you knock somebody out, generally a fighter always tells me they didn't know that was going to be the punch because it doesn't feel like anything. Just like when somebody hits a home run, they don't
Mhm.
feel it because you just hit it so perfectly. I believe that the preparation in the gym overestimates the luck. Like if somebody goes, "Oh, that was a lucky punch." No, I've been working for 10 plus years,
For
so that's
real.
not luck.
At all. Like
You
that's
know?
the reason why I said that 99%, because that 1%, you can have that one fighter where they just have an off day and next thing you know it, the person that was the underdog just lands that shot because it's combat sports. You never know what's gonna happen. But then I was actually just thinking about this earlier today too. Whenever I hear somebody be like, oh, say they're like, oh, this person had an off night. Oh, say it for example, it's a world champion. Oh, he had an off night. Da da da. How the heck did he get caught by that shot by this bum? Bro, it's not that he's a bum. Or here's a better example. When Shakur Stevenson fought the electrician, the guy who previously worked as an electrician.
Right.
A lot of people don't understand that us boxers, especially starting at that level, we all have our own types of side hustles, legal hustles, jobs, everything like that. Just because he's an electrician doesn't mean he hasn't been practicing and preparing for years to do what he had to do. Yeah, he may have lost that fight to Shakur, but then the very next fight, he still dominated over a pretty good opponent. Like, you never know. Like, I find it so disrespectful whenever you disrespect somebody that you're like, oh, that person was a bum. You wouldn't even get into the ring. What are you talking
Yeah,
about? Like, come on now.
I saw a statistic the other day that like grown men over 30, like 98% of grown men over 30 believe that they can beat a random stranger up on the street, like that they're gonna win in a fight. And I'm like, unless you're punching people in the throat and running, you're
Yeah.
not gonna win fights on the street. All right, I know enough to know that sometimes just walk away.
Yes.
Just walk away.
For a fact.
For a fact, for real, man, because you just don't know what people are packing, and you are not as athletically gifted as you were in your 20s. I'm just telling you right now, okay? All right, last question of 5 questions. All right, let's go. Let's flip this upside down. Let's talk about music, and we're going to talk about Philly-based artists. You got to pick one. You can only pick one. Is it Mr. Meek Mills or is it Mr. Lil Uzi Vert? Who you going with?
Oh, between those two?
Yeah, they're both from Philly, so you can only pick one.
Meek.
All right, Meek all day. Why?
Cause all right, no disrespect to Uzi. I used to listen to him like 2015, 2016. And still some songs I mess with too.
Back when he was
It's
hot.
yeah, you feel me? But I don't know. There's just certain things that Uzi does that I just can't stand by. I don't know him
Okay.
as a person, so you feel me? I don't know him as a person and anything like that. He seemed like a pretty cool guy. He seemed like a pretty chill dude and everything like that. But music wise as well, Meek speak to me. I can understand a lot more and relate to certain things that Meek goes with. And plus, Meek go hard, man. Pause.
Yeah,
You feel me?
I agree. I actually agree with you wholeheartedly in that. I would have picked Meek Mills all day long. That's also because I feel like Lil Uzi Vert wasn't really influential in any really positive way, whether it be music or otherwise. Whereas Meek Mill threw out some hard bangers, as the kids might say.
Yo, for example, you can go anywhere in the United States of America, they are going to play Dreams and Nightmares.
Yep.
They're going to. And everybody knows the lyrics. Now, don't get me wrong, same thing with Lil Uzi Vert. He has certain songs like that too, but I feel like Uzi's more of like a if you're trying to get to a party mode, you start dancing and everything, like little hip shake stuff, you feel me? Like little stuff like that. But then you listen to Meek, you can either you can either nah, let me not even say that example.
Okay.
Like you could turn up, you can have fun, or you could just sit there and actually just think lyrically and everything. I was about to say some goofy stuff, but I want to be very PG-13. Nothing like it wasn't explicit rated R, but
No, I got you. Hey, I know what you're talking about, bro. I get it. I understand wholeheartedly. But I also feel Meek Mills the same way that you do. All right, my friend. Look, June 7th, it is going to be at the Newtown Athletic Club. You will be taking on a yet-to-be-determined opponent, but it doesn't matter which opponent. Hold on, let me do that again. It doesn't matter which opponent you face. Yeah, that was better. Because you're going to go in there with your head screwed on straight and your jab punching, pimping and locking and pimping and locking. You're going to get in there and yeah, throw bunches of punches and go upstairs, downstairs, and back upstairs one more time. And you know what? You're going to get that 13th win and you're going to feel really good about it. Do you feel good about that?
I appreciate you for speaking that into existence because I definitely do feel great about it because I know what's gonna happen one way or another. It doesn't matter.
I love that. And just remember, Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to mess with. So you're going to get that W, baby. You're going to get that W.
That's when my pro debut. That's the exact song I walked out to.
Oh, yeah. See, yo, we got to hang out sometime, bro. We got to hang out sometime. All right. I'm going to say goodbye to everybody. But before I say goodbye, the one, the only, the 12-0, or if you're talking to him, he's 0-0. This is Thanjhae Teasley. And I want to thank him for being here, but I want to thank you as well for being here. One great week. We've been here at Millions.co for 1 week. He was our 16th interview. We rock the body that rocks the party. What? Yeah, who's next? I'm going to be like Goldberg right now. Who's next? Bring it on. You want to have a fun and informative interview? You want to have a good time to break forth the rhythm and the rhyme? The Logan Summit Show is here to show you how. So, without further ado, do me a favor. Be good to yourself and be kind to others. Pay it forward, play it forward. Rock like a party star, party like a rock star. Smile strong, laugh loud. And last but not least, please like, follow, and subscribe so you know when I'll be back throwing down the bows, baby. We're always up for a good time, and I hope you're down for the best time. Because remember, everybody loves a good fight. We'll see you again, and thank you for being here, my friend. Big
Thank
up
you.
on that next win. Can't wait to cheer you on.
Big ups, man. Yeah,
Yo.
big ups, yeah, no.
Have a great weekend. We'll see you soon. Thanks, brother.
Rock the party, ayy. That's my song right there, too. We rock the party, ayy. Shout out.